Living a Healthy Life with your hosts, Ipek and Craig. The show which explores simple things we can do to feel better today than we did yesterday.
Bringing you the most up-to-date information is our mission. Each week, we'll explore different ways to make today the best day of your life.
With me as always is my beautiful bride, Ipek, and my name is Craig. It's all happening this week on Living a Healthy Life. It is so good to be back with our family again. Hello, everyone. My name is Craig, and I'm here, as always, with my lovely wife, Ipek.
Hi, everybody.
We got a lot to talk about today, don't we?
We sure do. Should we tell them how excited we are?
We are always so excited to be here, and it's straight up. We are that excited. We got a lot to announce. Today, we are excited to tell you all about our Facebook page. We've launched that since last week's show. You can find us at livingahealthylife.today. That's facebook.com/livingahealthylife.today. Why are we so excited about this? Well, it connects us directly to our fans and to our people. It gives us a place where we can post our show notes, where we can post lots of information by way of articles, resources, videos. We are going to throw a lot of information at you. It is all highly shareable. It's the sources that Ipek and I have been looking at for the longest time.
Yes.
Oh, so much. And Ipek has a lot in store.
I've got a library of content to share with you guys. And as Craig mentioned, highly recommend you share it with your friends and family. Let's get this information out there.
That's right. And of course, it's very interactive, and you're going to find links to our past shows, links to YouTube's where you can watch past shows as well. So you can share that content and get that out there as well.
And feel free to reach out to us, direct message, comments, right on our wall.
That's right. We manage that page ourselves. So it's us that you're going to see us. And we're looking forward to a community developing around this site. Livingahealthylife.today on Facebook. We're soon to launch a website as well. Our domain name will be livingahealthylife.today, and you can keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Before I ask you to tell us about our topic today, I just want to acknowledge the amount of time and effort that it takes for us to put together this show. I think at first was a little overwhelming for both of us. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge Ipek and the amount of work, time, and effort that she's put into this. I just want to say thank you for being at my side and for doing this show. This is our 4th episode.
Yeah.
And we have so much more that we want to share, and so much more. We're really enjoying the platform, the feedback that we're getting. It's all really wonderful. So I just wanted to acknowledge you and honor you and say thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I thank you as well. This is a great opportunity for us to sit together in the studio and connect and share all this information with our followers. So we're honored and humbled to be able to do that.
A later episode, we're actually going to talk about quality time and how important that is, to have quality time with friends, with family. It's another topic that you're going to see coming down the pike. But
definitely.
In the meantime,
what's today's topic,
What are we going to talk about today, Ipek?
I'm very excited about this topic today. We're going to be addressing the importance of using natural products. So fun. I've been dedicated to finding natural products for the past several years and reading ingredient lists like a crazy person, but I really enjoy it. It keeps me up at night. So let's see. So as we all know, every single day we're bombarded by multi-million-dollar companies that have huge marketing budgets, and their number one goal is to market their product to us and get us to spend our money, our dollars, on buying their products and using it. And that the question then becomes, how do you choose which products to buy?
How do you choose?
There's so many options. Well, I would say previously, my decision-making factors were, either certainly brands, the name of the brand.
How powerful their marketing message is.
Exactly. How good and how happy the people looked in the ads. And then also, of course, a price point is certainly important. Certain sales, buy one, get one free, or, using a certain coupon at your local store. Those were things that I would keep an eye out for. But nowadays, it's certainly changed. I now pick up a product and immediately turn to the back and start reading the ingredients list. It's so important. And what's
it's number one.
Yeah, it's the most important thing. And if I can pronounce those ingredients, then it goes in my shopping basket. Yeah.
That's a good one. This is actually something that we talk about on a regular basis. In fact, Ipek and I actually check each other. So she'll come home, Ipek will come home with a particular product, and I'll read the back. Or I'll come home with a particular product, and Ipek will check the back. Yeah. And inevitably, there are definitely times where we make mistakes, and that's okay. Ipek will look at me and she'll go, "What's this ingredient?" I go, "I don't know." She'll go, "Then why do we have it?" Right? Or she'll mention that there's something in there that maybe makes it not vegan, because we keep a vegan home. Or maybe there's something in there that has gluten or animal testing, right? We have our own filters that we look for, and you can establish your own filters. But there is a check and balance that goes on with us here at the house, and really looking at that ingredient list is kind of first and foremost for us.
Definitely. And what I want to mention right now is actually something that I posted on our Facebook page. It's an article I came across this morning when I was surfing the net by Dr. Josh Axe. That's
Dr. Axe.
Yeah, he's one of our favorites. That's spelled A-X-E for his last name. I highly, highly encourage you to check him out online. He's got so much information, so many resources. The article I'm talking in specifically right now, it's titled "Side Effects: the Serious Side Effects of Synthetic Scents." And this article we're gonna dive into and talk about some of the topics mentioned in there. And go ahead, Greg.
I was going to say, we're going to talk about a lot of the topics that are in there. We're going to put our own spin on it.
Yeah.
Ipek and I read through this article together today before we posted it and put it out there. And we just had a lot to talk about. It sparked a lot of conversation about how we currently fit into what's talked about in this article and how important we think it is. Yeah. And really the importance of natural products, right? And that's what today's show is really all about. So I want to start by... I want to introduce, or reintroduce, I should say, these three environments. What we put in our body, what we put on our body, and what we keep in the air around us. These three environments you're going to hear us talk about a lot. They are kind of the three pillars, if you will, to caring for yourself and living a healthy lifestyle and living a healthy life. This is really what it's all about. This is the last line of control, of personal control that we have. I can control everything I put in my body. I can control everything, for the most part, I put on my body. And I can control, for the most part, everything I keep in the air around me. And that might mean a couple different things, right? That might mean I need to ask questions. That might mean I need to walk away, right? I mean, I said I can control these three environments, but if I'm in public, I might not be able to control what I keep in the air around me. Right? It means I might have to get up and walk away when somebody next to me lights up a cigarette or a cigar or wears, as we're going to hear about today, a perfume or a fragrance that is really, really strong. That means that if I'm going to control those environments, that I'm going to have to take control of those environments. I think what you put in your mouth is probably the easiest to control. What you put on your skin, probably the easiest to control. But again, it's all about those three environments. And how it really pertains to us, you guys have all heard our story. You heard how we started. Ipek had some of her health issues. We'll fast forward through all of that because on the back side of it, we cut out all of our inorganic and synthetic products. We committed to ourselves that we were going to control what we put in our bodies, what we put on our bodies, and what we keep in the air around us. And that meant we cut out a lot of stuff.
All the cosmetic products and our cleaning products had to be examined.
And most relative to this part of the conversation, we cut out deodorant and we cut out cologne. Yeah. And this was a big step for us. Now, we had already made a number of changes in our lives. We had already gone gluten-free. We had already cleaned up our diet for the most part. We were eating very clean. We were eating all organic. We were eating all non-GMO. We were eating grass-fed beef. We were eating line-caught and sustainable wild-caught fish. Yeah. We were eating poultry, obviously, that was grown in a humane way. So we were already eating a pretty balanced diet. When I came home from work one day is where this story starts to take a relative twist. Ipek greets me at the door, as she usually does. Wonderful, I might add. It's a great way to come home. You should always greet your significant other at the door when you can.
That's what my parents do every day.
She gives me a hug and she gives me a kiss. And on this particular day, I think she pulled away pretty quickly.
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah, you sure did.
It was probably the quickest hug
in history. It was so short. And I said, what's going on? And she just kind of looked at me and she gave me one of these, like, you stink.
Yeah. How long have you been smelling like this, Greg?
And I said, what are you talking about? So I went, and I didn't smell anything, but Ipek was adamant about my scent and how I smell. And she said, I can't have you leave the house like this. This is just not going to happen again. And what did she do? So she went down to the store and she picked up some essential oils. And this became our infatuation truly with natural products and making our own natural products. And it's not as advanced as you think it is. We're going to talk about a couple of things that you can do today. We're not going to really get into the recipes of it. That's going to be saved for a different episode. But this is where in our lives and in our story of our life kind of kicks off the importance of controlling that environment and how important it was for us to do so. So we're going to get into that a little bit deeper. We're going to hear from our sponsors first. But when we get back, we're going to talk about what are synthetic chemicals and why they're so important and really how prevalent they are. We're going to talk about how they impact the body, and then we're going to talk about some natural solutions, both some that you're going to find in that article and of course some others that we recommend ourselves. So we'll be right back.
Be right back. Ipek Design is a collection of handmade accessories crafted with love and intent. I create each unique piece, setting forth an intention to bring positive energy to the recipient. As I design in my various collections, I charge my creations with positive affirmations for abundance, prosperity, and happiness. Please visit my website, www.ipek.design. You can also find me on Instagram at Ipek Designs. Remember, maintaining positive energy is the essence of true happiness.
We are back. Today, just to remind everybody, we're talking about the importance of using natural products. And we've already dropped this word a couple times, and that word is chemical. I just wanted to remind everybody that there's lots of different chemicals in this world, right? Good things, bad things, synthetic, natural. Everything around us is chemicals. Water, for example, is a chemical. So I just want everybody to recognize I'm not a chemist. We're not really getting into the chemistry side of things here. I just want people to be aware of the terminology that we're using. Chemical is a very broad sense and a very broad word. I even find myself using that word quite a bit. Like, oh, that has chemicals in it. Well, everything has chemicals in it is a fact. So you just want to be careful with what types of chemicals they are, what types of ingredients you're looking for, and exactly what that means for you. We're going to hit you guys with a lot of statistics. We're going to mention a thick of what we're going to talk about in this section is really talking about the research that we've done and why we think this is so important for you guys to hear about. And we're going to start with a study from the National Academy of Sciences. This is a nonprofit, non-governmental organization. It was founded in 1863. It's been around for a long time. What do they say? They say that 95% of the chemicals used in synthetic fragrances are derived from petroleum oil. Petroleum oil, that's crude oil. Nasty stuff. You want to avoid these products as much as you can. Anything from petroleum or oil, you want to avoid. This is like number one, really, really bad for you. You want to steer clear of the synthetic fragrances are derived from petroleum oil. Now, you'll see fragrances. Fragrances is like natural additives. natural, right? In the food side of things, fragrance is kind of that same equivalent on the cosmetic side, right? Fragrance or perfume is that catch-all term, and it can stand for thousands of different chemicals, at least 3,000, right? And Dr. Axe talks about this in his article, which is very specific, and he actually goes into some examples, and there's some clickable things in the article as well. But fragrance or perfume is a catch-all term. It can stand for thousands of chemicals. And these chemicals, these bad synthetic chemicals, I would add, they get absorbed into your bloodstream, and they get absorbed into different parts of your body. Man-made fragrances, we started making these in the late 1800s, right? So it's been around for a really long time. There's a group out there called Science and Environmental Health Network, and they tell us that there's more than 70,000 synthetic chemicals now in use. 70,000. And this statistic, I think, is slightly more scary, and that is fewer than 1,600 of them, so fewer than 1,600 of them have been tested for carcinogenicity. That's a big word. Basically, only 1,600 of them have been tested to see if they pose a cancer threat. That to me is absolutely mind-boggling, right? That in this country, in the United States, very much like our legal system, you're innocent until proven guilty, right? All these chemical companies can introduce, all these perfume and fragrance companies can introduce various chemicals without really doing thorough testing, without really understanding what the long-term effects are of these particular synthetics. And the dangers include short-term symptoms like allergies, respiratory distress, headaches, dizziness, nausea, brain fog. I know people that experience this on a daily basis, maybe not all of these symptoms, but certainly some of these symptoms. The long-term effects get even worse. Cancer, birth defects, central nervous system disorders. There's a lot going on here. And, you know, Ipek and I, and the lifestyle that we live, obviously we have this podcast and this radio show, but people are asking us on a regular basis what they can do for particular ailments, particular issues, right? I have ADHD, I have diabetes, we typically don't talk specifically about these diseases and things that they can do, but in the remedies and in the solutions and in the recommendations that we make, one of the first things that we talk about is, look, it's not, if they're coming to us in an essential oil context, we tell them, look, it's not about the essential oils entirely. It's not a silver bullet. What are you keeping in the air around you? What synthetics do you have in the air around you? And Ipek is going to get into this in far greater detail. So I'm excited to hear what she has to say, and I want her to share it with you. But what you keep in that environment around you and controlling that environment becomes so important.
Yeah, definitely. And if it's something that we can control, why not choose to do so? I mean, Craig just gave us some crazy numbers, mind-boggling numbers about the amount of synthetic chemicals that are in our lives daily that we're exposed to. So synthetic scents, or quote-unquote fragrance, they represent an unidentified mixture of ingredients, and they include anything from carcinogens, allergens, respiratory irritants, endocrine disruptors, neurotoxic chemicals, and environmental toxins. And how do these fake fragrances, so to say, how do they impact our bodies, and where are they found? So let's go into some products that you can find in your daily lives that have synthetic chemicals. Okay, so I'm going to start out with some of the cosmetic products, including shampoos and conditioners, hair styling products, lotions and serums, any sort of facial products, our soaps, let's see what else, sunscreen, cosmetics, certainly, deodorant was one of them that we mentioned. And I want to point out, deodorant is the number one item. If you're going to switch out one item today from your toiletries, it would have to be deodorant, because we apply deodorant in our under our arms, where we have a lot of lymph nodes, and it gets absorbed into our system, into our bloodstream.
Very thin skin.
Definitely. So that would be my recommendation.
If there's anything that you're going to take from today, if there's one item that you're going to swap out or that you're going to look for a natural solution for, make a deodorant.
Definitely. Let's see what else. Perfumes, colognes, body sprays. These are just some of the personal products. What about the products that we use in our home for cleaning, for example? Our laundry detergent, cleaner products that we spray on surfaces, windows, dryer sheets, scented candles, air fresheners that we keep in our bathrooms or in our living rooms. Any sort of the plug-in air fresheners or scented candles.
Plug it in.
That was one of our commercials. There we go. And the list goes on and on. There's so many products out there. So I want to kind of give a few shout outs to some of the brands that I've personally experienced and really enjoy using. So let's see. Let's go back. So I mentioned lotions and serums. A couple of brands that Craig and I use. I absolutely love Dr. Bronner's, the organic hand and body lotion.
So good.
So good. My favorite one right now, it's the orange lavender scent. It just goes on so smooth. My body just absorbs it, and my skin is super smooth. So that's Dr. Bronner's.
You can one-up that one by getting they have a non-scented baby formula,
That
which
is
you can then take essential oils and have their own you can add a therapeutic impact or a therapeutic effect, I should say. You can
by just dropping a few drops into the bottle and shaking it up. It's so easy. Craig's favorite body lotion is the Andalou and the Lavender Time body lotion Andalou brand.
It's got fruit stem cells in it.
Yeah, it's an amazing
Magic.
brand. I actually use some of their facial lotions and eye creams also. Let's see. Let's talk about deodorant. So this is our favorite deodorant. It's called, the company's called Bumble and Bee Organic, and specifically we use their Pit Putty cream.
Gotta love the Pit Putty.
Pit Putty. It comes in a jar, so you actually just take a little bit with your finger and rub it under your arm and in your armpits, and it is just delicious. The one I like is called Spring Lilac.
We don't eat it. It's not delicious like we eat it.
Delicious scent.
Half the fun is just saying Pit Putty.
Pit Putty, exactly. It does also have a stick deodorant. That's another option. And also spray deodorants.
Now, one of the things that you will find with this deodorant is that it has a lower temperature, has a lower melting point. That's right. So if you're traveling, if you're spending time in warm areas or warm regions, we've definitely put this in the refrigerator when we're at hotels in Tulum and Mexico. So you just want to be conscious of that. That's all.
Yeah, definitely. And I also like to mostly I use the Pit Putty at home, and I like their spray for travel. So that's another option. And let's see, other options. My facial products, I absolutely love. I can't say enough words about Evan Healy. Evan Healy is an organic skincare line. They have so many different lines, and it's wonderful. As far as, let's see, cosmetics, I'm just going to give a few more brands. Ones that I've used, tested, and Mineral Fusion.
Ipek approved.
Certainly Ipek approved. Mineral Fusion, Zuzu, those are my favorites that I buy at Whole Foods. You can also get RMS Beauty. You can purchase that online. These are all organic cosmetic products, and they go on just like your other brands that you're using, and just it feels good. As far as nail polish, Zoya is my absolute favorite. I didn't actually realize I switched everything. I think nail polish was probably the last item that I switched, and it's fantastic. I didn't realize how many chemicals we absorb through our nails, the nail bed. And then as far as cleaning products, laundry detergent. I know that doTERRA has a laundry detergent that we really enjoy. Another brand is 7th Generation. You'll be able to find that at your local Target, Walmart, even supermarkets. And then for dryer sheets, we actually don't buy any more dryer sheets.
Really bad chemicals in those dryer sheets.
Exactly. And they get absorbed into the clothing, and then you wear it. It is on your skin all day long.
All day.
Yes. And your bedding, your towels. I didn't realize this in the beginning, but how much of an impact that has in our lives. So for dryer sheets, we are now using wool dryer balls. You can purchase these on Amazon.
Fantastic.
They're very inexpensive, maybe 4 for $10, and they use them, like, you can use them thousands of times or something.
So
it's incredible.
We take a drop of lavender oil, we put it on each ball for each load of laundry that we dry.
Yeah.
And what's amazing about these dryer balls is they'll actually dry your clothes faster because they're tumbling and agitating. They act as an agitator inside the dryer. Really, really phenomenal. And then you're walking around smelling like lavender.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Great for bedding because it just helps us go to sleep a lot faster as well. Shampoos and conditioners. Some of the brands that I like in that, I'm currently using Acure. They're Acure. The clarifying shampoo is wonderful. They also have a color treated hair option. And a few other brands, Desert Essence, Avalon Organics, and Just Natural Organics. One thing I want to point out about hair products is that more than 95% of shampoos, conditioners, and styling products contain fragrance as an ingredient. So this is something that came across in that article we read.
Dr. Axe, right? Remember,
Dr.
fragrance is that catch-all word that can include any sum of 3,000 different chemicals.
Yep, carcinogens, allergens, exactly.
We want to talk about regulation?
Yeah.
We want to talk about regulation, right?
Let's do it.
Okay. It's important for everybody to understand, know, and hear this. The cosmetic industry, the fragrance industry, the perfume industry is not regulated by the FDA.
Surprising.
There are no regulations. There are no regulations in this industry. It's like the Wild West, right? So they can put anything they want into these chemicals, and it's not like the FDA regulates our food where there are particular restrictions. None of that, right? And there are certainly pitfalls on the food side of things as well. But this is unregulated. So be very conscious and be very aware. You now know that this is not regulated, and you just need to be wary of that and be cautious of that.
Yeah, definitely. And you'll realize that, your expensive bottle of fragrance, turn the bottle around and see if there's a list of ingredients. You will not find it because it is not regulated. It's pretty surprising.
And just because it's expensive does not mean that it's a good product, right? On the food side of things, typically organic food with good ingredients is more expensive. Not so much on the cosmetic side. Just because it's more expensive just means that they spend more on marketing. It does not mean that they're out for a better product. They're absolutely better brands, which we've talked about, and we'll continue to talk about this on a regular basis. I think Ipek is constantly looking for new products, and we will be sharing this on our Facebook page. Once again, that's livingahealthylife.today. In fact, you can find us on Facebook, and that's where you'll find links to a lot of these different companies as well as articles.
Yeah.
We will also go through on that Facebook page, and we will like the Facebook pages of approved companies.
Yes.
So you'll see there if chances are if we liked it, that's a company that we've reviewed and that we quote unquote approved, so to speak.
Yeah. And I also want to add, it's been a fun journey for me to find these products that I just listed. It's everybody's going to be a little bit different. Our body chemistry is different. These are the products and the brands that work for me. And so I encourage you to go out there and try different brands and see which options you like. I know that many of the stores, you can buy a cosmetic product, try it, and if you don't like it, just hold on to your receipt, bring it back to the store, and they will take it back, even if it's been used. So there's no risk associated with it. So, have fun with it.
And find the products that work for you. Such a good point. So how does this impact the body? Another article by Science and Environmental Health Network tells us that chemical pollutants are found in our breast milk, our sperm, our amniotic fluid, our fatty tissue, our blood, bone, and urine, right? So we find residues from these different fragrances, these different synthetics. We find them in all parts of our body, and that's something that we can test for and have done testing for. We'll take a look at this on our Facebook page, but we'll actually post a couple tests that are good if you're interested in learning about your toxicity of some of these systems. I've got a couple resources that you may be interested in, so we'll post those up on our Facebook page. In the body of an average middle-aged U.S. man, residues from 177 different organic chlorines, which are carbon-based substances that have chlorine as one of their constituent molecules, can be detected. Many of these residues are from known or suspected carcinogens. Look, the information and the research out there, this is just some of what we found, the tip of the iceberg, really. It's scary. I just want you guys to be aware of it. We wanted to make sure that we were bringing this to light. We're real excited that Dr. Axe wrote the article that he wrote so that we can do that, right?
Yeah. And there's so many resources out there. So as one of my favorite things to say is just get curious, do your own research.
That's right. We've already shared with you a number of the natural solutions that we like. However, there are more, right? So just generally speaking, look for organic products whenever it's possible. Look for those organic products and choose the unscented brand, right? That becomes key. Have household plants. Keep household plants around. Keep them around because they remove pollution. The flowers are obviously beautiful. They bring that beautiful fresh scent to your house. So keep houseplants near. And we'll post a couple articles on our Facebook page as well about different plants that are good for where you sleep or the living room or the kitchen, to keep in the plants in the gardens, to keep in the gardens around your home. There's lots of recommendations that are out there. So using houseplants and keeping plants around is wonderful. And of course, essential oils.
Our favorite.
Oh, Ipek and I, we love our essential oils. And you're going to hear a lot. You hear our advertising. One of our sponsors is healingoils.love, which is a company that Ipek and I have also started. We're very passionate about the use of essential oils. And as long as we're talking about those natural solutions, we at least wanted to give just a very, very high introduction to what essential oils are and how they operate. And we just wanted to kind of go through just a couple different bullet points. And we're going to have specific shows that are completely dedicated to this down the road. But just generally speaking, what are essential oils? They're nature's defense mechanism for plants and cells. They're the natural aromatic compounds that are found in the seeds, bark, stems, roots, flowers, and the other parts of the plants. It's important to note that essential oils are highly concentrated. They are 50 to 70 times more powerful than their herb partner. Just one drop of our brand is doTERRA that we represent. Just one drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea.
Wow.
So really, really powerful. There's a few different ways that you can use essential oils, and you'll notice that they align very closely with the 3 different environments that you can control. Amazing. The first way is aromatically. The second way is topically. And the third way is ingesting it, right? So again, they align with the 3 different environments that you can control: what you put in your body, what you put on your body, and what you keep in the air around you. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. We're talking about natural solutions. We went over a lot of information. We hope you will stay connected with us. We do monitor our Facebook page every day, so come and say hello to us at livingahealthylife.today on Facebook. As always, my name is Craig.
And I'm Ipek.
With love and light. We'll see you next week.
With love and light.
HealingOils.love is the place for doTERRA certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils.
Essential oils have been used throughout history in many cultures for their medicinal and therapeutic benefits. Learn about how you can use essential oils every day to maintain a healthy lifestyle and keep your family operating at its highest potential.
Join our communities on Facebook and Instagram at healingoils.love for tips and recommendations on how you can begin using doTERRA essential oils today.